Okay, it is now recording. So sorry everyone for the interruption. Okay, where was I? So our second session it starts on the 25th of July until the 12th of August, and we have we have the following modules available on those sessions. And again, it's a cross section of number of modules from anything from arts and humanities right through to life sciences and medicine. I'm talking through this today as part of the presentation, and you may not see a full range of modules. You can access our website to find out more detail on what is in each of the modules. So it gives you a course overview, it provides more information on the learning objectives, some detail about what you will actually be studying. So if you want more detail, you can either contact Chiara and Clara, or you can actually see the module pages on our website. So we won't go into that in too much detail. So why studying with King's or studying with King's summer programs? So all of our programs are faculty led, and we try and build our programs around 4 key objectives. So our undergraduate summer school, we aim for all students to have the following. So it's an opportunity for you to expand your subject knowledge or experience a new subject area. Many of our students come on our programs, and students already studying law might do international commercial law. Students already studying medicine might do healthcare and technology. However, there is the opportunity for cross-disciplinary study. So we often have students from different backgrounds. For example, students from arts and humanities may wish to do a business module and so forth. So it does open up new options for you on a short-term basis. It's an opportunity for you to network and socialise with students from around the world in a very international environment in the centre of London. We expect over 50 nationalities on our summer programmes next year. We're very much hoping that the restrictions are lifted from most countries and we can get back to the same levels of internationality that we had in 2019. There is also the opportunity for you to earn credit from your home institution as part of your summer study, and this information can be gained either through us or through your home institution on how to actually claim that at the end of your studies. And then finally, and actually the one that often comes up with students in feedback and actually in surveys, is it's an opportunity to learn and connect with King's faculty on a kind of very much connected basis. So the classes in summer are often smaller than what they would be year round. So you do get more interaction in seminar and lecture format as part of the summer school. So those are our 4 key objectives, and if you walk away after 3 or after 6 weeks with us in the summer, that's what we hope you have achieved in your summer. We also want you to do very well in your modules, but that's up to you as a student. And a few of the faculty tutors that I spoke about when talking about how we like to connect you with tutors. So here are a few just to feature as part of my presentation. One is Professor Caval Rote, and he is the lead tutor or the module leader on healthcare and technology. He's the head of education of the School of Biomedical Science and Image Sciencing, and he specialises in 3D printing for replacement bones and replacement not organs, but the padding around organs went in transplant surgery. So very interesting and insightful lessons from Caval throughout the summer. And this is what we promote on our summer schools, that the tutor brings in their own research as part of your learning. King's is a research-led university, and so therefore we would like that to come through in the teaching. And then the second tutor, Dr. Rosanna Garciandia, is the lead tutor on international human rights. She's a visiting lecturer in public law, international law at King's, and she is also a member of the UN University Centre for Policy Research and has spoken on such issues as modern day slavery, human trafficking, and um, minimum wages in the EU. So for some very interesting topics, and again, you may not choose either of these modules in the summer, but all of our tutors, we do aim to kind of have a strong level of background and research for our summer school. Okay, so our summer school, or your modules in the summer, you will know detail about what you're studying, but we do have various elements to every course, and these elements, they make up the entire course. So we have different types of academic sessions across the 3 weeks. So the normal day-to-day lessons will be either lectures or small group seminars. Once a week, you will also have a guest lecturer. This may be a person from professional industry, or this may be one of the researchers from the faculty that your tutor works with quite closely to talk more about their specialism and their area. As part of the course, you do have 15 contact hours per week, but the expectation is that you put the same, well, 30 hours per week into independent and group work, and so there is a lot of work to do, including for every subject an end of course assessment. So that's another part of the course. And then finally, experiential learning. What is that? So experiential learning is when we use the city as a classroom. So London is a very wide, diverse, historical and cultural place. So the tutor, we ask them to take you out. It might be to a museum, it might be to a business, it may be to a courthouse, depending on your subject, and actually give you a lesson in that space, or have you meet people who work in that area. And that kind of brings the subject alive, but also gives you more a sense of the city, and actually differentiates our summer school from year-round learning in some aspects. So those are the different types of session that we offer. Okay, so I'm very excited to say that not only in 2022 are we back on campus, but in 2022, or new in 2022, we're also launching a few programs that are still university level programs, but not part of our undergraduate modules. And these programs, they have not been released on the website. They're scheduled to go up next week. We are doing a 6-week biomedical research module. And this is a very specialized course for students who are interested in going on to study for master's or sorry, PhD studies in this area. It's a lab-based research project, and it's actually a very independent-led course. You will have a supervisor throughout the course, and there's a one-to-one sessions that you have with them throughout the course, and this is supposed to set you up with the mindset of how to actually be successful as a PhD student in the area of biomedical science. One thing to note is that the program is for students who are already studying within this area, and you will have needed to have completed 2 years in the area of biomedical research before you could enroll on this program. But it is quite an exciting program, and for us, it's our first research program for summer students, and we hope off this that we can build more programs for our students. And then secondly, we have a professional skills program, and this happens at the beginning of session 2 or after session 1 on the undergraduate summer school. And this is a 1-week intensive collaborative program focusing on real world problems in an environment of a university setting, but actually bringing them through in a more practical sense. So it's an opportunity for you to, again, extend your summer beyond just doing one module. But the two subject areas that we have a moot camp, and for those of you not in the area, mooting is a type of law skill. It is like a recreation of a law case, a legal case in a courtroom, and so we'll build up skills in advocacy, in building arguments, and also formal public speaking in the moot camp. The other option that we have, which is probably more open to more students from different subject areas, is our social entrepreneurship lab, and this will be a project-driven one-week course where we take a social entrepreneurship problem here in London, and you as part of a team build an entrepreneurship sub project around that, and at the end of the week present that. But more information will be available on these two programs next week on our website, but I thought why not present them today. Accommodation. Okay, all of our programs are available residentially and non-residentially, so it's up to you whether or not you need accommodation in the summer. You may have family in London, or you may be staying with friends. If not, then we are happy to offer you accommodation as part of the program. So our accommodation is single ensuite accommodation. It's in a central London location. So we have two sets of accommodation, one in our Waterloo campus and one in our London Bridge campus, but both are in Zone 1 and within travel distance, both walking, cycling, or on the underground to our campuses. The flats are of 6 to 8 different students, another way for you to kind of meet different people from different subject areas and from around the world. And there is shared kitchen facilities which you can use in the mornings, evenings, whether to kind of prepare your own meals. As well as that, there's 24-hour security and reception. And again, there is slightly more information on our website on check-in times and so forth. Okay, we're now getting to near the end of my presentation, but one thing I wanted to point out before finishing is that our undergraduate summer school, the primary objective is for you to study the university module. But on top of that, we want to offer you a strong student experience. And one thing that we have built is our summer society. So the summer society is an opportunity for you to meet other people outside of your academic studying. And how does this work? Well, we have our ambassadors who work for us throughout the summer, who take students on city walking tours, cultural visits, quizzes, film clubs, and a bit more. Those happen throughout the summer and are free to attend. We also try and promote kind of opportunities for you and your new friends, or opportunities for you and them to explore the city yourself. So we have, through our Teams channels and through our social media, what's on. So we recommend events. We are based in the West End of London, so there's always opportunities for you to go to the cinema or theatre. And then we do have some useful, helpful guides in the Summer Society of what is the must see or must do things in London. So that might be visiting Borough Market on a Saturday for food or so forth. So we try and help you become a Londoner, even if you're only there for a few weeks. And then finally, we also have opportunities for you to take part in skills sessions. These usually happen during the day, in between morning and afternoon sessions, and it's an opportunity for you to do sessions on collaborative thinking, networking, and sustainability is another one we brought through this year. And there are also guest talks on campus throughout the summer that we promote through our social channels as well. So the Summer Society is a completely optional part of the program, but it's there for you in order to kind of make the most out of being a part of the King's community and network. Okay, so assessment and application information. As I mentioned previously, all of our modules are assessed on the program, and depending on the module, some have written assignments, some have group presentations, some have both, some have weekly multiple choice questions. That information is all available on our website. The attendance requirement is that you must achieve an 80% attendance record on live lessons, and students who submit their assignments on time and achieve the 80% record will receive a record of agreed results or a transcript. We call the record of agreed results at King's, and this is what you would use for gaining your 15 credit King's undergraduates, or 15 King's undergraduate credits, or 7.5 ECTS. And then for application info, entry requirements and program fees, I think Chiara, you're going to talk a little bit more about that, but it's all available on your international website as well. Okay, so to kind of summarize everything, why think about King's next summer? Well, we're back on campus, but there's also opportunities for you as an undergraduate to earn more credit on your degree, showing an international outlook. It's an ideal opportunity for you to expand your subject knowledge, or even learn something brand new, and that may actually inspire you to future study. As I said, you'll meet many different people from both King's and from around the world, and really it is an opportunity for you to make the most of 3 to 6 weeks of your summer. Okay, that is everything from me. I'll pass it back to Chiara and Clara, and if you have any questions, you're welcome to raise your hand or put them in the chat and I can have a look.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Really. And of course, guys, feel free to ask questions. It's a great opportunity to have Matthew here. So if you have any questions about contents, about the program, about campus, and everything, feel free to ask. Okay, you can write in the chat box or, of course, raise your hand. And one quick thing about our website, of course, we're going to update with all the information about applications, fees, and everything. So for now, you won't find an updated information, right? So, but it's coming soon.
Yes, Matthew, can I ask a question while waiting for our students to make up something?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have any, let's say, academic prerequisite or something to let's help our students to navigate throughout the modules? It's all undergraduate. That's something that we got from your presentations. And then besides that, do you have like different level of courses or somehow some other way to recognize the different levels?
There, in terms of level of courses, most are at undergraduate level 4. There are a few at level 5. Those are on the module pages that are indicated. So yeah, most are at level 4. Some are at level 5. If there's a prerequisite for the course, it's listed on the module page on our website as well. For example, I think artificial intelligence, students are asked to have a certain level in a programming language. Most of our modules don't have that as the case, but if it's a prerequisite, tutor, that's requested by the tutor themselves, just to ensure that the students are able to cope with the material. So yeah, if you do check on the website, you can see some prerequisites.
And do you already know when the application deadline that you will set for next summer? Just for us to have an idea what we usually happens for our students, and is that maybe you can see somehow anticipated deadline on our website because we work very hard to make sure that you can get seats in all the modules that you might like, but maybe Matthew can just give a rough idea so that students can have a way to know better.
Yeah, it's a very good question. I didn't put it up on the presentation. I should add that. We're open for applications already. So once you get your information through, we can discuss spaces and things more. Our final application deadline is the 31st of May 2022. So that should be enough time still to process an application and to ensure an offer is given and ensure that flights are booked and so forth. I would just say that is a little bit late in terms of the year. The majority of our applications come through February to the end of April. So that's the busiest time that we have. Occasionally, we do have to close modules based on capacities, but I don't think that will work. That will be a problem with us in terms of being partners. I think we'll be able to work through that if that was the case.
Students, as far as I remember, last time we were able to offer the program on campus. I think our deadline was around mid-March, something like this. So for you to have an idea. I don't know, maybe we have to somehow change it, because I still don't know. Maybe Matthew, you have more updates if our students will need to get a visa to enter the program.
Oh, yeah. This is my least favorite question. It's not because it's not because of how you asked it.
You can pass it.
It's because of that. Yeah. I actually traveled to the EU the first time at the start of November there, so it's very different again. No, the good news is that you don't need a visa, so that's the positive element. As it currently stands, students can enter the UK for up to 90 days, as long as they're an EU passport holder. I'm speaking in the context of Italy here. So it's the same exemption that we have for the US and the same exemption we have for Australia and the UK. So students will be able to study within that 90 days. If they're already studying in the UK on a Tier 4 visa, then they should speak to us kind of separately and we'll provide that information. But no, in terms of if study in the UK is less than 90 days, students from the EU do not need visas. Thankfully, I mean,
great news. Yeah.
Happy to hear that.
In terms of everything else that's currently going on with the pandemic and so forth, I think it's just keep up to date with us, and we'll let you know that what the entry requirements are for the UK and so forth. But I think that will change between now and next year, almost definitely.
I will just, if you mind, briefly switch to Italians, just to
Italian. Yeah, please do.
Per gli studenti connessi, se avete domande, preferite farle in italiano sia in chat che a voce, perché siete più tranquilli, se no anche se avete domande, non lo so, proprio sull'alloggio, su Londra, su come potrebbe essere studiare, fatele, che è una buona occasione. Io e Chiara comunque poi siamo raggiungibili anche sempre prossimamente sugli aspetti più pratici. And Matthew, I didn't say anything. Everything fine, just okay, maybe a question. I would like to ask if it's required the C1 level or it is sufficient the B2 level. I think it's about the English prerequisite. And what we actually do is that before opening our enrollment, we somehow negotiate this aspect with our partner institutions. So my suggestion is for you to wait until our applications are open, so that we can be sure that we will write down there the appropriate level. It's usually an advanced, let's say upper intermediate English. So, but I mean, besides that, we both want to be sure that you will have a great experience. So I think that either you hold the certification or you can probably take our English test, but the final purpose is just to make sure that your students will have a great experience there. I don't know, Matthew, if you have already an answer for that in terms of this European level, or if it's more a matter of certification probably for you.
So we do have a level that is required, but we're talking about that at the moment via email. So that is our
yeah. Just keep an eye on our website, and then you will find the list of our destination, and we will put details on every English prerequisite for every single destination partner for our summer programs. Thanks for your questions.
Yeah, I think that's the best answer.
Anything else? Thanks to you, Sabrina. Another thing that we are doing is that you students will find, let's say, a cost in euro on our website that will include accommodation for those who want to apply. Our suggestions is always to try and stay in the accommodation that King's offer, because it's really part of the experience, and then London is. I don't need to say that, a huge, very big city. So somehow the commuting can be, can have a great impact on your experience. So if you have family, if you have friends, as Matthew was mentioning, it can be worth to stay there, but take into consideration that to stay in the accommodation with our international students, it really makes part of the experience. So that's one thing. And the other thing is that we will also offer scholarships to partially cover the costs, and we will assess those scholarships on merit. So we will according to your grades. And also you will find, of course, this updated information on our webpage. But this is something that I can already tell you for sure. Okay, then. I think we are all set. No more questions? I think we are fine.
Okay, brilliant.
Okay.
Will I stop recording and then
Yep.
yeah.